So the Pledge is a sort of organisation that tries to connect young people with businesses. So we work with schools and colleges and different organisations, so different charities and everything as well, to get young people engaged with us and into the workplace.
We got involved with the Pledge probably 3 or 4 years ago now. We went along to one of the first meetings and it was actually really exciting. There were a lot of people there from the local schools and local businesses. So from our perspective as an employer, it was great to sort of connect with local Macclesfield businesses, really.
The Pledge has been able to give me more confidence in myself. I think I've really been able to get on well with my employer because I've seen other employers being engaged through the Pledge.
I think it was in year 11, Jeva came in, did an assembly about the Pledge there. And that's when I first kind of properly, I'd heard bits about it, but that's when I first properly got an idea of what it was, and it was like that connection between schools and the workplace and demonstrating you can do more than uni and all that kind of thing.
I think it's important just to let us know the opportunities that are out there, because it's really hard to kind of find everything, because UCAS has a website for universities and employers don't really have one website, so Pledge can kind of be that bridging the gap.
They've put us in contact with countless local schools and charities and organisations. They approach us constantly to get involved in careers, workshops and events that they've set up. They allow for meaningful contact.
Employing young people really helps us in terms of the energy that they bring, fresh ideas and being very committed to the organisation, and also they've got that enthusiasm for training and development, which will really help us further down the line.
But it's what you need to, if you need young people and new talent, you've got to go out and get it, because the students and the children are struggling to come to you. So you've got to show them that you're approachable and that you can do something that sort of means something to them.
Welcome to this live chat facility tutorial. We have had a lot of questions recently about the chat facility and how to use it, so let's get into the video. The chat facility is built with students in mind, with a tool that doesn't need to be parent or teacher led. Each of our pages are linked to the person behind the broadcast, even after it's finished, so you can always ask your questions and get a response about the broadcast. So let's have a look at how to use the chat facility. To use the chat facility, the first thing to do is to type your comment or question into the chat box. You can now enter your screen name. Your screen name will show when you type your question or comment. Now you will see the chat facility ask for your email address. As I mentioned before, each of our pages are linked to people from the organisation who can reply to your questions. You can enter your email address, which will not be shared with anyone, to get a direct response from the people behind the broadcast. If you do not want a direct response, then click the button at the bottom. People behind the broadcast can still respond to you if you don't provide your email address. This just means you may have to come back to the page to check the response. You can now speak to the people behind the broadcast and ask any questions you may have, or check out our partner pages to see the companies we work with who you can speak to right now about their current vacancies. You can also check out our careers page, which connects you to employers. Our live chat service is linked 24/7 to employers from a wide range of sectors, all waiting to hear from you. You can leave a question about how to produce a professional CV or how to prepare for interviews, anything work related, and one of our businesses will respond to you directly. You can also access a wide variety of live interactive broadcasts and video on demand with the live chat support on all pages. Now this bit is for the parents, guardians and teachers. The best bit about the live chat facility is that it is completely moderated, so you don't need to worry if your young person leaves a silly comment, as it will only show on their screen and no one else's. Another great thing about the chat facility is that it is GDPR protected, so no information is shared with anyone else. We will protect all email addresses and will never share personal information of the young people. If you have any questions about the chat facility or the Learn Live channel, please use the email us icon at the top of the page. Thank you, stay safe and stay tuned.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. We will now hear from the Medicines Discovery Catapult, who have stepped up to support the national COVID-19 testing task whilst maintaining business as usual. Find out what they have done and what impact COVID-19 will have on their future working practice. Again, don't forget to use the live chat facility next to the video player to get your questions to the team.
Hi, so my name is Nicola Heron. I am Head of Collaborative R&D at the Medicines Discovery Catapult. What that means is I work within the business engagement side of the organisation. So the Catapult is an organisation that's focusing on enabling the UK drug discovery sector. What we really want to do is help transform those great ideas into better medicines and getting them to patients faster. As a Catapult, we're part of a network of world-leading technology centres funded by the government to drive economic growth in key industrial sectors within this country. So we're focusing on the UK biotech sector, and how we help is two key ways really. So we're providing unique scientific capabilities in our labs here at Alderley Park and through our contacts and networks, which really help to connect the UK's drug discovery community to enable a lot more collaboration and sharing of great ideas out there. So the impact of COVID on us, our labs and offices closed the third week of March when the government announced lockdown started. But we were able to continue a significant amount of business as usual, and we moved to people working remotely. And some of our key activities, such as our large informatics team, who were able to continue to work at home as they analysed their huge amounts of data. We're also able to continue working from home from the grants team, who are actually busier than ever, as a number of organisations within the life science community started to really think about how they might repurpose some of their business towards activities within COVID-19. So a couple of examples that we're going to share with you now are around how we extended our business as usual in a remote style, and then moving on to another colleague who's going to describe how we were able to use her significant lab-based assets to really support a national initiative to ramp up testing for COVID-19.
Hi, my name's Dan Bond and I work in marketing for Medicines Discovery Catapult and the UK Lighthouse Lab Network. Since we've gone into lockdown, Medicines Discovery Catapult have been supporting the UK drug discovery community with information and resources to help them through this difficult time. We have a COVID-19 specific section on our website that provides companies with information on funding and research resources available to them. We've also had to support the new Lighthouse Labs network, which has been set up in a matter of weeks. As well as a website with key information on the network, we've been sharing stories from people working in the labs and using those stories to help recruit more people into the workforce.
Hi, I'm Sarah Brockbank. I'm a lead scientist at Medicines Discovery Catapult. An important part of MDC is our focus on connecting the broad talent across the UK, including industry, university and charities. So during these challenging times, much of the scientific community went into lockdown, and many of the scientists and students were working remotely. But science is collaborative, and with conferences and meetings cancelled, we decided that to connect the community by running a series of weekly webinars. We called these MDC Connects. So in total, the series of this series, the MDC Connect series, consists of 9 weekly webinars, which we believed would span the lockdown period. They were sessions to educate, inform and advise the community on the discovery of medicines. So we invited experts from our partner CROs, together with experts from within MDC to deliver the sessions. And we focused on preclinical research. So starting with how to understand the disease and what causes the disease and how you modulate it, methods to identify the chemical compound which would become the drug and how to optimize that drug, and how to then test that compound, that it works in models of disease and demonstrate that it be safe to dose in humans. So I'm actually very proud to say that the MDC Connects webinar series has been fantastically well received. We've had 20 contract research organisations that have been keen to be involved and work with MDC to provide their specific and specialist expertise. And almost 1,000 people have registered for each of the sessions from the UK and beyond. And these were students, were people that were new in careers in medicines discovery, companies who are themselves developing their own medicines, and also experts in the field just keeping in touch. So we're nearing the end of the MDC Connects webinar series at the moment. This COVID lockdown period has shown how MDC and experts in the field can come together to connect the community. People have told us, we've had feedback from people that they have learnt a lot and they have enjoyed coming together. So we will consider running this again in future years. So we've learnt that from the COVID lockdown.
Hi, I'm Philippa Hart and I'm another lead scientist at the Medicines Discovery Catapult. Many things have changed over the last few months in the way that we work, following government advice. And at the Medicines Discovery Catapult, we're very proud to be working in partnership with the Department of Health and Social Care, the UK Biocentre, the University of Glasgow, to help against the fight against COVID-19. So MDC have been responsible for running and managing the new Lighthouse Laboratory at the very impressive Alderley Park site in Cheshire, which also happens to be the UK's largest life science campus. And in this lab, we're really building the capacity and processes that will enable us to analyse tens of thousands of COVID-19 swab samples from across the country. And this is something that's really been built up from scratch to the stage we're currently at. And I have to say, I'm very proud of the wider scientific community for the enormous amount of collaborative effort that has gone into the response to the COVID-19 pandemic. We've really seen scientists at the very start of their career working alongside some extremely experienced people, even people in managerial positions, with the common purpose of getting these results to patients faster. So we do understand that this is a very daunting time to be making career decisions. But as we are growing the number of people that we have in these labs to support the increased capacity needed for the COVID-19 testing, we are looking to build a team of well over 500 lab scientists at Alderley Park. And we really do hope that this will help people to both begin and continue their careers in science in this difficult time. So our way of working is likely to change to more remote or home working wherever we can. So we hope that we can go into the laboratory at the Medicines Discovery Catapult to perform our lab experiments, but then also spend a significant amount of time processing those results and doing other day-to-day business from home. And we do believe that our lab-based team will now have expanded massively, and we will use our new strengths in diagnostics to ensure that the Catapult plays a key role in supporting not only drug discovery, as we have previously done, but also the diagnostics industries going forward within the UK.
We hope you enjoyed the final day of our COVID-19 response week. Don't forget to continue to use the live chat facility to ask your questions and check out any videos you may have missed at the bottom of this page. Stay safe and stay connected.
So the Pledge is a sort of organisation that tries to connect young people with businesses. So we work with schools and colleges and different organisations, so different charities and everything as well, to get young people engaged with us and into the workplace.
We got involved with the Pledge probably 3 or 4 years ago now. We went along to one of the first meetings and it was actually really exciting. There were a lot of people there from local schools and local businesses. So from our perspective as an employer, it was great to sort of connect with local Macclesfield businesses, really.
The Pledge has been able to give me more confidence in myself. I think I've really been able to get on well with my employer because I've seen other employers being engaged through the Pledge.
I think it was in year 11, Jeva came in, did an assembly about the Pledge there. And that's when I first kind of properly, I'd heard bits about it, but that's when I first properly got an idea of what it was, and it was like that connection between schools and the workplace and demonstrating you can do more than uni and all that kind of thing.
I think it's important just to let us know the opportunities that are out there, because it's really hard to kind of find everything, because UCAS has a website for universities and employers don't really have one website, so Pledge can kind of be that bridging the gap.
They've put us in contact with countless local schools and charities and organisations. They approach us constantly to get involved in careers, workshops and events that they've set up. They allow for meaningful contact.
Employing young people really helps us in terms of the energy that they bring, fresh ideas and being very committed to the organisation, and also they've got that enthusiasm for training and development, which will really help us further down the line.
But it's what you need to, if you need young people and new talent, you've got to go out and get it, because the students and the children are struggling to come to you. So you've got to show them that you're approachable and that you can do something that sort of means something to them.